Pastor Ed here with Daily Devotions for Tuesday, January the 16th, 2024. Our gospel reading on Sunday was Mark 2, 1 through 22, and all had to do with change and in relationship to a number of different contexts. And so the first part of that reading, the first 12 verses, had to do with the healing of the paralytic. Then there are several verses about the call of Levi, the tax collector. Then there was the question about fasting, and then there were some parables about the unshrunk cloth and the new and the old wineskins. The common theme there, we're going to be talking about that in the next several days, is change. And just want to kind of start about talking about change in general. Although there's the old joke about how many Christians does it take to change a light bulb, and it goes through all the different denominations and how many people and why and so forth. And of course, the punchline is that how many Lutherans does it take to change a light bulb? And the answer is none, because Lutherans don't believe in change. Unfortunately, I think that's reputation is somewhat well-deserved. But then I came across another list of changing light bulbs, but different professions. So in other words, how many lawyers does it take to change a light bulb? How many can you afford? How many evolutionists does it take to change a light bulb? Well, just one, but it'll take 1,000,000 years. How many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? Only one, but the bulb has to really want to change. How many real men does it take to change a light bulb? None. Real men aren't afraid of the dark. How many real women does it take to change a light bulb? None. A real woman would have plenty of real men around to do it. How many jugglers does it take to change a light bulb? One, but it takes at least 3 light bulbs. How many football players does it take to change a light bulb? College football players, I might add. Does it take to change a light bulb? The entire team, and they all get a semester's credit for it. How many frat guys does it take to screw in a light bulb? 5, 1 to hold that bulb, and 4 to guzzle beer until the room spins. How many Harvard grads does it take to screw in a light bulb? Just 1. He grabs the bulb and waits for the world to revolve around him. How many bureaucrats does it take to change a light bulb? 45. 1 to change the bulb and 44 to do the paperwork. How many board meetings does it take to get a light bulb changed? Well, this topic was resumed from last week's discussion, but is incomplete. Pending resolution of some action items, it'll be continued next week. How many accountants does it take to screw in a light bulb? Well, what kind of answer did you have in mind? How many mystery writers does it take to screw in a light bulb? 2. 1 to screw it almost all the way in, and the other to give it a surprising twist at the end. How many consultants does it take to change a light bulb? We don't know. They never got past the feasibility study. And finally, how many Teamsters does it take to change a light bulb? 12. You got a problem with that? Change. A lot of us have issues with change. Somebody once said that, pointed out or reminded us, I should say, that life changes, our children change, we change. Everything is in the flux of change. Our bodies change as much as we hate to admit it. And he quotes reading recently about the 4 stages of life that are lemonade, Gatorade, Medicaid, and hearing aid. Life changes. Life changes. But change is an important topic when you stop and think about it in the gospel. Everything was changing. Everything was becoming new. God is doing this new thing. This Jesus upset the apple cart in a lot of ways, didn't he? They'd been waiting impatiently, for hundreds of years for a Messiah. And when he came, there were a lot of issues. There were a lot of problems because he was not the kind of Messiah that they were expecting. And he went about proposing and bringing about change that was difficult for a lot of people to accept, just as it is, for all of us. It's easy for us to look back now in retrospect after all that has happened and say, oh yeah, this all makes perfect sense. At the time, it didn't. But change is important. I just want to end on the note that change is not only a part of life, it's an integral part of life. I want to end this morning on a quote. To exist is to change, and to change is to mature. To exist is to change is to mature. Well, we'll continue this discussion of change, especially in relationship to that passage in Mark 2. We'll continue that discussion tomorrow. Until then, have a great day today. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.